I'm trying to see if I have the fucking playlist or just this one.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and learn a lot about them too. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're once again looking at the original Friday the 13th, released in 1980. When I launched Dead Meat in 2017, I chose to begin the Kill Count with the Friday the 13th franchise. On April 7th, I released the very first episode of this show, where I looked at a low-budget slasher that would change the horror genre forever. Since then, I've made nearly 300 episodes of the Kill Count, and in that time, the show has evolved dramatically. It is now a much more informative and celebratory production, free of the cynicism and speed-talking that were signatures of my earliest episodes. It made sense for me to start the channel with Friday the 13th, and because I did, I was lucky enough to see Dead Meat grow real big real fast. Now I want to go back and give this historic franchise its proper due. My original episodes were cursory, and while charming, somewhat shallow. It's time to give Friday the 13th a 5-star Kill Count treatment. That's because no other franchise has shaped the horror genre quite like Friday has. When people think of horror movies, they think of Friday the 13th. Maybe not by name, but they're probably picturing a hulking killer in a hockey mask slaughtering scantily clad teenagers. There was a Friday the 13th released in 8 of the 10 years of the 80s, right as the horror genre was becoming better known in mainstream pop culture. The tropes of the franchise became the tropes of the genre. Its weaknesses became the criticisms of horror as a whole. To date, 12 Friday the 13th movies have been released, all of them theatrically, and most of them successful at the box office. For better or worse, this franchise is the genre's standard bearer, and holding the flag high is the ghoulish goalie, Jason Voorhees. Jason is so infamous, he often just goes by his first name.
I want that, no, I don't want that.
Pop culture, even if they've never seen a horror film before. Sure, they might have some inaccurate assumptions about him. Most commonly, he's erroneously depicted with a chainsaw instead of his trademark machete. I'm guessing that comes from some sort of mental merging with Leatherface, seeing as how Jason has only ever been
He will.
hacked by a chainsaw before. He's never wielded one himself. Despite the occasional misconception, though, Jason is still probably the best-known horror movie killer. And yet, he's not the killer in the film that started his franchise. This fun fact was widely disseminated thanks to Scream, but it's still interesting to reflect on how horror's most infamous murderer didn't show up looking like himself until the 3rd movie in the series. The original film is a bit of a whodunit and reveals its killer after 70 minutes of first-person shots that it lifted from Halloween, and which was done by Christmas even before that, but no one ever seems to give that movie the credit it deserves. In any case, it was Halloween that producer Sean S. Cunningham asked writer Victor Miller to imitate, and I don't mean just a little bit.
Sean called me up and said, Halloween is making incredible money at the box office, let's rip it off. That is keeping it real.
After producing Wes Craven's Last House on the Left in 1972, Cunningham found himself making unsuccessful kids' films with Miller and producer Steve Miner. He figured horror was the best way to make something profitable, and set out to do it with nothing more than a title, Friday the 13th.
I didn't know what the movie was going to be, but the idea of the title intrigued me.
Motherfucker put an ad in Variety calling it the most terrifying film ever made, even though he didn't have a script or story yet. And the damnedest thing is, that worked. A trio of shady theater owners from Boston were so impressed by the ad, they gave Cunningham $500,000 to make his movie. As with their Little League kids films, Cunningham directed and produced Friday, while Miller wrote the screenplay. A legal battle of rights between these two is the reason the franchise hasn't had a new film in a dozen years, even while other series see resurrections and revivals. I can't get into the weeds of that lawsuit here, but it is why the video game stopped being updated. Damn shame, that game was great. Unlike this movie, I might get some shit for this, but as important as this movie is to the genre and me personally, I think it's pretty bad. And I'm not alone. Betsy Palmer knew what was up.
He sent me the script, I read it, and I said, what the
Oh my god, she said that sitting right next to Vic Miller. Though Palmer later came around to the film, her initial assessment was right. Friday the 13th is a plotting bore that doesn't do anything better than slashers made before or since. In fact, I think it makes the subgenre look bad. There's a litany of other slashers that are better made or more entertaining, or both. In this first Friday film, scenes drag on forever, with all the urgency of an Italian neorealist film. That's the genre so slow that its most famous movie is 90 minutes of a dude looking for for his dog. I honestly think the only reasons this movie got famous is because of its great marketing and because it did a good job combining parts taken from other horror films. Because Halloween wasn't the only one that Friday ripped off.
Sean was very insistent that we borrow from Hitchcock.
Regardless, a lot of people fucking love this franchise, and I can respect that. It's kind of a populist series. These movies are dependable, almost blue-collar in a way. You know what you're gonna get with them every single time. Plus, there are some things, even in this first one, that are genuinely great. The name, which does kick ass, the music by Harry Manfredini, the late injection of energy, courtesy of Miss Betsy Palmer, and of course, the thing this channel was built upon, and the one place where Friday blows Halloween away, the kills and makeup effects, infamously done by Tom Savini. How many were there? Well, I've told you once before, but it's always good to go back and double-check your work. Let's get to the kills. The movie begins in Crystal Lake in 1958. This cold open that takes place in the past was another thing Miller took directly from Halloween. As a shaky point of view shot checks in on their checker-playing young characters, the camp counselors strum guitars and sing Bible tunes by the fire. Claudette and Mary both get horny for Jesus, so they clasp each other's Christ-loving hands and sneak away for some barn-attic fool-around. Things are getting real sexy on that potato sack when the first-person intruder happens upon them.
We weren't doing anything. We were just
Getting killed, an off-screen stab leaves a bloody wound in Mary's gut and gives us the first ever kill of the Friday the 13th franchise. Claudette, despite being a box thrower, also beats her head when the camera comes at her face in choppy slow-mo and kills her with a freeze frame. After the screen flashes to white, we get a title card! Oh, damn it, broke the beer. The opening credits are painfully plain, just white Helvetica-looking font against a black background. It's shocking they'd stick to the style as long as they did, but I guess it allows you to enjoy Harry Manfredini's score.
Wouldn't that make
Although it's pretty similar to Bernard Herrmann's Psycho score, I maintain that Manfredini's music and sound design was essential to Friday the 13th success. It's now present day, which for this movie means 1979. Annie Phillips is trying to get to Camp Crystal Lake, but everyone in town gives her dirty looks for bringing the place up.
guess what?
don't
We're opening that place again?
Hell yeah, they are, lady. We just got the town's eccentric crazy Ralph wilding out.
Never come back again.
Shut up, Ralph.
Nah, you don't need to shut up, Ralph. Say whatever you want, my bucket hat wearing friend.
It's got a death curse.
Yeah, death curses and shit. That's better than the type of shit Enos the truck driver be saying.
All the girls up there gonna look as good as you?
Oh, man, and watch the hands, Enos. Come on. If Enos's voice sounds familiar, by the way, might be because actor Rex Everhart voiced freaking Maurice in Beauty and the Beast.
A horrible, monstrous beast.
So I guess this town's got two crazy old men in it.
Crazy old Maurice.
Enos reluctantly drives Annie towards the camp, telling her all about his past troubles, which seem to stem from one tragic accident. Since then, there have been fires and water poisoning, but Annie swears she'll be okay, so he drops her off and wishes her well. Later, Annie's picked up by an unseen driver who speeds past the camp's turnoff and brings in the Manfredinis.
Hey, wasn't that the road up for Camp Crystal Lake back there?
No, that was also green she was.
With the killer on scene for most of the film, Manfredini used the music as a stand-in and signifier. When you heard it, you knew the killer was there. It was inspired by a similar use of the shark theme in Jaws. To escape that music to murder by, Annie tucks and rolls in a stunt actually performed by her actor Robbie Morgan. Annie takes off into the woods and is pursued by the vehicle driver, who eventually catches up to her and slits her throat against a tree. Those cold open kills were deceptively tame. Now we're getting the full Savini.
Oh, yeah,
Savini used a fold of Robbie Morgan's neck to make a rubber prosthetic she wore over a blood tube that ran up her sleeve. Love the way the prosthetic splits open when Robbie Morgan moves her jaw. Tom Savini was 26 years old when Cunningham sought him out based on his work in Dawn of the Dead. He was one of the first people hired and was essential to bringing Friday to life. I think his contributions are right up there with Sean Cunningham, producer Steve Miner, and Vic Miller. Looks like Andy won't be able to cook for Camp Crystal Lake's reopening, which is headed by this dude who's gonna hurt his back chopping wood that way. This mustachioed man is Steve Christie, and he's hired a bunch of teens to be his counselors. Some of whom arrived backed by a peculiar music choice that seems completely out of place in the series. Seriously, where did that bluegrass come from? And more importantly, where does it go? Steve Christie's favorite employee is Alice Hardy, played by Adrienne King. She's a capable handy woman and
Know
artist.
you.
Her special attention to Yeah, I'm not a body language expert or nothing, but something tells me she's not a fan of that face caressing. Steve heads into town, leaving his very bad house.
He also put on
Since there are future meatbags for you now, let's meet them. And don't worry, it won't take long. Not that deep. They were meant to be down-to-earth kids next door types, which is why casting directors Julie Hughes and Barry Moss hired New York stage actors as opposed to more screen-seasoned actors from L.A. Brenda's the responsible one, making her a target of the camp goofster dad, whose pranks range from the dangerous to the deceptive to the Dan Snyder-esque. The super sexy pretty couple, Jack and Marcy. Jack, of course, played by Kevin Bacon. By this point, Bacon had a part in Animal House, but he had gone back to waiting tables in New York before he was cast in Friday. He'd later go on to huge fame after starring in Footloose, but unfortunately, I've never seen him in any Friday the 13th special features. What, you too good for horror, Kevin? There's also Bill, who's kind of another love interest for Alice, but he's pretty much a nothing guy. Most interesting thing about him is that he's played by Bing Crosby's son, Harry, and that it's really him playing guitar in a later scene. That's a tasty lick, Rob. Most of Act 1 is these kids doing random shit around the camp. Friday was filmed over 7 weeks in the fall of 1979 at an actual Boy Scout camp.
And it was actually Friday the 13th.
New Jersey. I actually own a piece of the doc used in this movie, since Chelsea got it for me after I started Dead Meat. Thanks, hon. Unlike in my original video, I'm not going to show the footage of when they killed the real-life snake. I only mention it because it's a well-known oddity of the film, and because the story behind it pisses me off, so I've got to rant for a minute. Turns out that snake wasn't just a random one they found and killed. It was a snake performer and pet owned by a guy who didn't know they were going to kill it. Savini asked to borrow it, and they hacked it up without warning. What the fuck is that about, man? That's fucked up, Tom. The counselor's last 3 summertime experiences, a pop-up pantry visit from Crazy Ralph. Trails on about how doomed they are before piecing out the front door and speed walking away.
I bet that someone got hit in the face the day after
Shut up, Ralph. As the sun begins to set,
one demonstration with the guy expecting to get his
all of
snake
Jack
back.
and Marcy's lakeside grab ass
the
causes
lady,
Ned to
whoever.
grow jealous. Yeah. He sees an unknown person walking into a cabin, and after following them inside, he's alive again. Guess he's gonna miss the incoming thunderstorm, which is just film lights being flashed on and off, and some strangely sincere acting from Kevin Bacon.
It's gonna storm.
Imagine this is how it went down, okay? Look.
It's gonna storm.
Not like that, but it went like this. Hey man, can I borrow your snake? Yeah, man, you can borrow my snake. Next day later. Man, may I get my snake back? Oh yeah, we killed it. You motherfucker! Bitch!
You can tear down that valley like a son.
Excuse me, sir. What kind of movie do you think you're in right now?
We're in a Friday the 13th
Four
movie.
shots that I
That's what?
legitimately enjoy as
Without
we get this
Jason,
all
that's the
night
main
at Camp
killer.
Blood, which was Victor Miller's original title for his screen. Jack and Marcy take refuge inside a
Well, I
cabin,
mean,
which is the
it is.
perfect place to flash the butt crack and get to business. Yeah, it's horny o'clock here on Crystal Lake, because the other counselors are starting up a game of strip monopoly. Not joining the others for this camp-wide horny o'clock meeting? Ned, who's dead, maybe. We see him with his throat slit in the top bunk above Jack and Marcy. So, you know that trope about how sex gets you killed in a horror movie? That thing was hammered home in the Friday the 13th franchise, which is why after Marcy seems to wash up, we get a classic post-mortem kill. Jack lights up a J that feels some blood dripping from a bump. A nice distraction before a hand grabs him from beneath the bed. Jack is killed
By
with a
you,
hammer.
even though you just
from below.
Yeah.
It's probably the film's most infamous kill, and is excellent.
I gotta make one to the man, and then I gotta kill him.
These slightly off-color
This would be a
prosthetics
very
attached to Kevin
confusing
Bacon's
movie,
head.
and
The
you're
rest of
the
Bacon's
crown of
body was
I know.
underneath the bed,
I
along with
know.
Tom Savini and his assistant/friend Tasso Stavrakis, previously seen on the kill count.
And I got
and
another
Dawn of the
question.
Dead, films where he
In your
also
version,
helps
how do I
Savini
kill
make up
myself?
his stunts. While filming this kill, the blood tube
How do I hit myself in the
Stavrakis
head?
grabbed the hose and
two
blew into it.
different characters. You just play them both. Okay? Okay.
Saved the shot. It caused the big spur that makes Bacon visibly react.
But wouldn't they both have to be on stage at the same time to do that
Jack's lover
scene?
Marcy is the next one to go.
No, that's what you added.
Quality underpants time in the mirror. She
That's
turns
where-
around and sees her attacker.
That's where you dress up as Jason's mom to
No.
begin with,
No.
and shoot that scene, and then you put, and then you
No.
change costumes to put the axe in your own head to shoot that scene.
Okay, here's what the thing. they film it to where she turns around. After she like this, finish up the act, the light in the room, not showing it go into her head. Then they make a prosthetic thing for the like a fake head for the axe to go.
I know what they're talking about. I know how they do it.
So you just do it the way they actually does it in here, to where it won't have the show going into the person's head.
He raises an axe in the air and brings it down right into her face. It might not be as infamous as the arrow through the neck, but I love it all the same. For this kill, Savini used one of his favorite tricks of the subconscious. Show the audience that the murder weapon is real before doing the kill with the fake prop.
It gives some power to the real weapon, so the murder weapon still has that power and weight and strength of the real axe.
That's why we see the axe bang against the light and make a noise. It makes us feel an impact we never see, and disguises the rubber axe affixed to the actor's head with mortician's wax. Before our virginal final girl Alice finish unbuttoning her blouse, the storm kicks in and cancels Strip Monopoly. Damn, what are you, Storm? The morning police? Brenda goes back to her own cabin. She puts on her finest Geppetto nightgown and settles in for a good read. Nothing to distract her from this literature. Except the voice of a crying little boy.
I'm in natural
Brenda
breathing
heads outside
nightgown,
in the
not
pouring
your
rain
breathing.
and winds up at the archery ring. The floodlights come on, blinding her, and she's killed off screen by some arrows.
Right there.
Counting her now.
Doing the slate
Help me! Bill and Alice start finding clues that things might not be cool at Crystal Lake. There is one great shot that I think is worth pointing out here. After Alice.
No, you don't bury the hatchet and bury. You don't put the hatchet to bed and bury the issue. You put the issue to bed and bury the hatchet. No, dumb fox.
Breaks the window to the office to call the police. The camera tracks over to look at them through the window, then continues tracking over to show that the phone line has been cut. I found that unusually artistic.
Someone murdering my friend. I don't know who, but I had to break into this area just to get the
hanging out in a diner as his teenage counselors get slaughtered. He gets back to camp only to be blinded by a light, and it ain't Manfred Mann. It's someone he recognizes.
Oh, hi. What you doing on this mess?
Oh, you know, chillin', killin'. Steve Christie's killed with an off-screen
I'm
cuts away faster than
I'm
a
having
machete. The POV killer turns off the camp's lights.
for
Power of a
dinner.
fade to black. Bill leaves Alice to a couch nap as he goes to look at the generator. But when she wakes up sometime later, he still hasn't returned. Unbelievably, the movie still drags its feet this far in. We sit there and watch Alice make a pot of coffee, for God's sake. Come on, movie. This isn't suspenseful. It's boring. Can we please liven things up around here? Thank you. Alice finds Bill's body hung on the door with a bunch of arrows, stuck there like a
Also, fun fact.
With Alice's scream.
That could have been worse with him screaming in pain and agony, since the paint that they used for the blood, the stuff they used for the blood got into his eye, and it was really burning. So, yeah.
Demons of Manfredini, our first Friday Final Girl circuit begins. Alice suffers from a boring false start as we sit there and watch her blockade a door with a single 2-minute long shot. It could have been cool if it didn't cut away before Brenda's body flew in through the window. I already counted her earlier, but now we see that she's all roped up, and also that she looked suspiciously when she came in through that window. Alice's race is put on hold when she sees it's time for this movie to get an inch.
I want a canon short film that show what the fuck happened to her on an archery range. Since you think she'd be shot up with arrows, but now she gets thrown through the window with rope tied around her. I wonder what the fuck happened now.
Action of character.
Well, I
It's me, the killer, but you don't find that out until a little bit later after this moment.
You can already tell something's off with Mrs. V from her very first conversation, but she keeps up a facade of normality just long enough to fool Alice and give Palmer some kick-ass acting to do.
Steve should never have opened this place again. There's been too much trouble here.
Prior to Friday, Betsy Palmer was best known as a panelist on old game shows like I've Got a Secret. She was
I'm pretty sure I watched a couple episodes of that before. Anyways, fun fact. Since she was barely in any of part 2 as the hallucination at the end, she doesn't remember being in part 2 at all.
Eager.
Oh, and also in Freddy vs. Jason, when they approached her to ask to be the pretend Mrs. Voorhees, she said fuck that, but she was done with the shit already.
Do a horror film, but her agent called her the same week her car broke down. The role paid $10,000, the same price as a Volkswagen Scirocco she wanted.
I need the car. Send me the script.
Palmer showed up the last 10 days of the shoot, and by all accounts was a lovely and considerate professional. Though she initially thought very little of the film, she came to appreciate.
Oh, also, in the scene where Mrs. Voorhees is supposed to slam the main character, I forget her name, it was like Alex or something like that. She, in real life, actually slapped the bitch. Real slap her, not fake.
That's what you're gonna do.
It does,
Now let's get back to
it's
the
like,
video.
That it kept her
she didn't know
relevant
that,
in her career.
she was
At this point, Mrs.
fake
Voorhees
slap
drops
her.
the act and
And not
reveals the
actually
motivation
doing
that
the
would
slap
launch a dozen films.
Did you know that a young boy
I know that because of the
the year
Friday
before those two others were
because
killed? The
Prime
counselors weren't paying
is
any
having for
attention.
free on
They
Prime
were making
Video.
love while that young boy
Prime
drowned.
Prime
She says
Video
Jason's
of the
name for the first time
documentary
ever
thing
and reveals that she's his mother, who's been trying to keep the camera
Free,
close
now
since then. Thus, the fire and water poisoning that he has mentioned earlier. Although all that is cool in retrospect, it's an awful reveal for a movie meant to be a whodunit. The unmet mother of the unmet kid, who one time mentioned to have drowned, is a pretty impossible thing for any viewer to have guessed. The only reason it works at all is because of Betsy Palmer. Mrs. Voorhees starts having herself little hallucinations. She hears her son yelling
It's
for help.
Henry.
She promises that she will help by killing negligent counselors like the ones that let him drown.
Look what you did to him.
Alrighty, yeah, let's get this circus started for real. We've got some back and forth attacks, a dead body discovery, or two. Haha, Christine. And, you know, the whole screaming and running around thing. Mrs. Voorhees does her part to make the race special, bringing out the crazy eyes and talking in a creepy little boy voice.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her.
Yeah, that's how she was. Harry died. She got to listen to Ava but he's in there talking to her.
Gotta say,
She's
Betsy,
making a
whatever
little
you're
boy
paying your
voice.
dentist,
He would be my
not enough.
talking to
She
me.
catches up to Alice for a few rounds of catch and a game of horror slap around, which saw Palmer actually hitting Adrian King for real.
When we get somebody on stage,
I want to know.
Well, King didn't pay her a receipt and actually uppercut her cooter with that gun butt there. The chase goes on to include a casual machete swipe and a Flynn Rider strike that makes Mrs. Voorhees bleed from her head.
Hang on.
Work, Alice. The long fight between
They're almost over with this. I'm ordering shit. With the supposed Friday the 13th Campus Lake prequel TV show that's supposed to be coming out, I don't know where or when. What the hell are they going? Are they going to have the good old Pamela was always like this before Jason died, or like some random or like other stuff happens at Camp Crystal Lake before Jason died? Yeah, Jason is supposed to be alive in this show. And it's supposed to be a show about him as a child with his mother. So, what the fuck, how the fuck are they going to do that shit? Anyway, back
Alice
to
and
this.
Mrs. Voorhees, which continues after Alice retreats to the beach, was filmed over 2 nights with fight choreography done by Savini and Stavrakis. Since production couldn't afford real stunt doubles, all this action was done by Palmer and King themselves. They really beat the shit out of each other there.
we all did everything ourselves. I mean, what you saw was what we did.
Good thing Pam didn't land that German suplex then. Alice escapes Mrs. Voorhees and grabs her machete off the ground. In a classic kill, she charges at Mrs.
And she actually
Voorhees.
killed the lady in real life,
Cuts her
I
head
think.
clean off, leaving some hairy
Well,
hands
she
behind,
said.
grasping in
Yeah.
air. Those hands belong to the bacon blood blower, Tasso Stavrakis. He had the foam Mrs. Voorhees head attached to his shoulder with toothpicks so it would come off easily when it was hit with that real machete. Alice walks away the victor and is floating in a canoe the next morning as the cops arrive, promising safety at last.
There you
It's a
go,
lengthy
they played
sequence
out
I
like they
enjoy,
killed
thanks to
the one for
Manfredini's score, which opens up to be lush and melodic for the first time in the film.
Yeah, well, you're on your job.
It does a good job being nice and relaxed, as does the peaceful lake walk.
Yeah.
If it ever comes out, I wanted to kill you. Oh, when I tell you.
I said by the time I upload again, the zoo's gonna become the main part of my.
When it was hit with that real machete. Alice walks away to Victor and is floating in a canoe the next morning as the cops arrive, promising safety at last. It's a lengthy sequence I enjoy, thanks to Manfredini's score, which opens up to be lush and melodic for the first time in the film. It does a good job getting you nice and relaxed, as does the peaceful lake water. And that's when Squanky Boy Jason appears in the so-called chair jumper ending. Another thing lifted from another horror movie, as Cunningham and Miller were ripping off the jump scare ending from Perry. This first ever depiction of Jason Voorhees was performed by Ari Lehman, a kid actor suggested by producer Steve Miner since he knew him from Manny's Orphans, one of those kid movies he made with Cunningham and Miller. Originally, Cunningham was going to have his own son Noel do it, but his wife Ixnay that Aunt played for him to be Ace and Jay.
Were it not for her, I would have been Jason. I would have been the first Jason, and I'm not bitter.
And so it was Ari Lehman who had to submerge himself without a wetsuit in New Jersey November lake water. But he loved doing it and excitedly discusses it to this day. Lively guy, fun to talk to. The movie ends with Alice waking up in the hospital. That Jason jump scare was nothing but a dream. Alice doesn't think so, though.
We didn't find any boy.
And he's still there.
Or is he? No, wait, he definitely is. We've got 10 more movies ahead to prove it. How many people can a mother's love kill? Well, before I tell you, did you know that there was once a young kitty named Lucy who didn't get pets one day?
See, I told you I
The
get
horror
picked on by
movie characters
everyone.
around her were too busy being killed to pet her.
Oh,
What's that, Lucy? What about the numbers? Count them, James. Count them. I will, Lucy.
the only thing that ever makes video is the singings.
10 people died in Friday the 13th, but those were make-believe kills, unlike that poor snake. The victims consisted of 5 men and 5 women, a nice even split to kick off this franchise. With a runtime of 95 minutes in the unrated version that I used, that left us with a kill on average every 9.5 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw.
Come here. You're gonna miss the Golden
Snake,
Chainsaw.
that was the best snake.
You're gonna miss it. I don't know if it's still.
Was killed to Jack. I almost gave it to Mrs. Voorhees, but that kill was done with a fake head. The fact that we watch Kevin Bacon's face as he dies is what gives this kill the edge. No machete for lamest kill will go to Steve Christie. I get making the first 2 kills low-key to catch viewers off guard later, but by the time we get to body oil Steve's death, an off-screen stab doesn't cut it. And that's it.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th came out in 1980.
Got machete got changed from the last one. Man, the last time we watched the original version, it was I want to say one of the beginning kills.
It was. There's both of them.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of this part of the video. What's the problem?
I'm waiting on you so we can do this while we wait on you to let you dance.